Okay, guys, so today I will share with you my experience of playing VR chess. So here I am playing against a friend of mine, Dennis. He's not a chess player. Well, he's an amateur chess player. And he's a VR enthusiast, so he gave me one of his VR headsets, Meta Quest 3, to play against him in VR. So this is him. Actually, his avatar looks just like him. And this is me playing the King's Gambit against him. So I'm second the pawn. The F4 move is one of my favorite against E5. So this is how it looks. Actually, what's interesting about VR is that chess in VR is that you can play it like in augmented reality. So the room that you see now mimics the room in my house. So you will see later on some elements of my house, of my home. So it's overlaid one another. F6, by the way, the move that just was played by Dennis is wrong because I can take only 5 2 times, even sacrificing the knight, which I'm about to do now, and his king will be in trouble. So never go f6. By the way, at the beginning I was always forgetting to click on the clock after my moves because the experience was so new for me. So here's the knight sacrifice. You will see it now. You see my hand? Actually, I'm using my hands to take the pieces. So this is what I really liked about VR chess, is the fact that it's very much close to reality. Now, Dennis takes my sacrifice, and I check him with a queen. So the experience is very similar to real chess. So I like online chess, but I really like the experience of holding some pieces, touching them, looking at the board in 3D rather than 2D. So here the experience is, you see what I see, by the way, in this video. So this is exactly what I see. And in my hands there are two controllers, special controllers used for Meta Quest. I think it's called Meta Oculus Quest, something like this. And I'm just holding those controllers. By the way, this is a blunder because I now take this pawn with check, and this is a fork. I'm forking the king and the rook. He blocks, and I will be able to take his rook on h8 with my queen. But again, do not judge Dennis too much. He's an amateur, and this is just a demonstration of how VR chess looks. It's not like a serious tournament game. So the controllers are used, and you can actually use buttons on controllers to make your moves, to pick any pawn or piece and move it. But you can also use your hands, like in VR. So this is like the same as in reality. You touch the piece with your hands. Where in this headset, of course, you touch an imaginary piece, but you see where all the pieces are located, and the pieces move. By the way, check it out. You can see the ceiling is the ceiling of my house. So actually, what you saw is a mixture of VR and my home. So this is fun. For example, I sometimes got distracted when my cats were in the room and I was stroking them, and I could see both my cats and the virtual room while playing chess in VR. So this is a very new experience. In this video, I will show you a couple of more games in different settings in VR. Yeah, you can see my house here. You can see the sofa, right? You can see the windows. So this is fascinating how my house, my home, and this VR space overlap here. Yeah, this is the sofa, and this is the kitten. His name, by the way, is he has two names: Kulibaka Gukesh. So Gukesh is his second name because we got this kitten when the candidates started, and during the candidates we were choosing how to name this kitten, and once Gukesh did what he did, achieving tremendous success, legendary historic achievement in the candidates, we decided, okay, he will have two names. Kulebaka is a Russian name for like a pie, and Gukesh is his second name. So, okay, I'm pinning his knight with my bishop. Here he kicks me kicks me away, and here I could have retreated with my bishop, but instead I decide to castle because the f file is open and I'm attacking his bishop on f8, both with my queen and with my rook, and the bishop is pinned, it cannot move away, so I will take this bishop, and if I take this bishop I will take the queen on d8 next. So he's in a lot of trouble. Yes, of course he can take my bishop on b5, but then I'll take everything. So I really believe, coming back to my point, I really believe that VR chess might be the future. The only problem currently is the fact that people get VR sickness. So when they are wearing these headsets for too long a time, they might get this feeling that sometimes some people get in cars or on sea liners, cruises in the sea. So if you are not used to VR, you have to get used to it several days, play a little bit, and then you will get rid of this sickness. I didn't get it too much. Actually, when you play chess, you don't get it too much because you don't move a lot. But if you play some VR games when you move a lot, that's the problem. Also, another problem indicated to me by Eric Alabest. By the way, here I'm already winning the queen of Dennis. I first take his knight with check on c6. This is an intermezzo in between move because I don't want my bishop to die, and then I'll take his queen. So he takes back and I take his queen, and I'm completely winning. So the problem indicated by Eric Alabest, CEO of chess.com, is that the market is not big enough. There are not too many VR enthusiasts who also play chess. So that's why big platforms like chess.com do not do their thing about it. So, okay, I will show you another game, and here is my kitten. So it's another one, by the way. So you see my hand stroking him. So this is another game. In a different setting, just to illustrate the capabilities of VR. Here we are in a Stonehenge kind of environment, and the pieces are looking a little bit crazy. Actually, I liked the first setting more because I'm more used to the traditional way the pieces look, but here, just check it out. This is like Harry Potter chess, you know. These pieces, they move, and let me just demonstrate how the captures happen. So again, I'm playing the King's Gambit. You can see the sound, how these pieces move like walking. They really walk like soldiers, and this setting looks really epic. So I hope that VR chess gets a future because, yeah, maybe this Harry Potter type of setting is not too practical, even though it's nice sometimes just for the vibes. But the usual setting, I really like. I think that I could play some tournaments in VR, even classical tournaments, not leaving the comfort of your home, but still enjoying the setting. Check it out. Check it out how they take. Yeah, this is some weird way, but they don't always fart in each other's faces. Sometimes they execute like a brutality, like Mortal Kombat kind of type of thing. So it varies for different pieces and different moments of the game. Sometimes you get those cringe moments for taking. Also, I wanted to shout out in this video a VR chess club that I've recently come across, and it's not a paid ad or anything. I've just met the guy that runs this club in VR Chat, which is like a VR platform where you can build your own stuff, something like Minecraft or Roblox in VR. And these guys have their own club that is running on a, I think, 24/7 basis. You can come to the club, you can play some games against people who are in the club. There are 2 rooms in the club. One is just a common room where everybody is chatting and playing, and then there is another room that is a tournament room where tournaments are held, and they hold, I think, blitz tournaments where you can play on weekends, and I heard that they even have some events USCF rated, so United States Chess Federation gives them online rating, so this is cool, I think. And this is a non-profit project. They did not pay me anything for this. I just thought that if you got interested in VR chess after watching this video, maybe you could check out this club. I'll link it in the description, and I think I'll play some games in it as well, because I liked the process. And the games I play in this video are just games played against my friend and against the engine on the same app, but it's not VR chat. So VR chat I have not yet tried. I've only taken a look at it while finding out about this club. So shout out, guys. Run it, and see you there. So this is another game that I wanted to show you. This is a more serious one. I'm playing against one of the strongest engines that they have, and I'm playing in this Escher-esque style of room with optical illusions everywhere, these infinite ladders. You might have seen some works by the famous painter Escher, so in this setting is inspired by him. We get a Sicilian defense here, and I play this fine chattel variation against it, and e5 is a very rare move. I don't encounter it often, but it is a move. It has its advantages, completely preventing d4 for me, but it has a disadvantage of giving me the d5 square for the knights, which you will see a little bit later that I will use. So this square looks really juicy. Yes, I put my knight on d5. This design I like very much. I think this is awesome. I love the vibe of the place, and also playing against engines in VR. This is futuristic. I do not see my opponent. I see just blank space. Probably I could have played a little bit around with the settings and seen some robot against me, but I didn't have time to figure it out. So now the knight jumps into the center of the board, and the position is, I think, balanced, but the problem for black is that not too many pieces are out and the king is still in the center. So I blow open the center, because whenever you see that your opponent's king is in the center, you should blow open the center. And also black has wasted some time going with the h pawn forward, h5. Very aggressive, very ambitious move, but I'm not sure about it. Black has not been playing like according to the standard rules of chess. No development of pieces. This is not good. f5, I'm blocking the light squared bishop of black. Black trades my knight, but another knight takes the place of its predecessor. And what's also important is that this h4 push for pawn is not too dangerous for me, because I'm not obliged to take, and I can just go further forward with my pawn, and this pawn is not too threatening. And also an important remark about this position is the fact that while my knight is like it lives freely on the d5 square, black's knight can be kicked away by my pawn, which I do here, c3. So this is important. My pawn is able to kick this knight, but his pawns don't go backwards. This is a drawback of the e5 move that was made earlier in the game. So now my knight reigns supreme on the d5 square, and I feel that I have already a significant advantage here, because the king of black is still in the center. And even though I chose a master level engine in the app to play against, I don't really feel like it's a play of a master. Maybe I've gotten stronger and I'm outplaying masters, but I feel that this is not good enough for a master, of course. And the king is still in the center, so here I'm choosing what to do. I have to do something, because if I give my opponent some time to coordinate the pieces and castle, my advantage will dwindle. So I decide to push the pawn to f6. I think this should be the move. Desperate attempt for a counter attack by black, h3, pushing the pawn forward, but I'm not obliged to do anything. I can just retreat, and this pawn, yes, it looks menacing, but it does nothing. So rook h6 is the move to try to activate the rook, put pressure on my f6 pawn, but here I have a very nice opportunity to get one more piece into the game. My coach always tells me, Greg, you should, before going headfirst, plunging into attack, you should activate your pieces. And in this game, I'm proud that I have followed my coach's advice, And I was looking at my pieces and thinking like, which piece should I develop next? And which piece is not feeling too happy right now? And I was like, what about my dark squared bishop? It's just standing there on c1, seeing its own pawns. It should see the light of day. So what I did here was I was calculating some variations, thinking what to do, but yeah, so there is no touch move rule here, I think. I decided to double check everything, but the idea is to push the d pawn to attack the h6 rook with my bishop. So my bishop will see that rook and attack it, and it will get unpleasant. So d3, I decide to be more cautious. d4 could also be a move, but why risk anything? So he sacks the rook here on f6 because definitely something should have been done to it, and the f6 pawn is too dangerous. So here I can just take the rook and enjoy some material advantage, which I do. And yeah, my position is just winning. His king is still in the center. I have a material advantage. His bishops, neither of them are too impressive. My queen joins the action. Now I'm attacking the f6 pawn with my queen, and yeah, he doesn't even defend it because it's futile. And now I can just take this pawn because my queen, backed by my rook, is attacking this pawn. I can ignore this pawn as well. I'm not obliged to take it. I could go g5 here, for example, push my pawn further on the g file, because if he takes, then I'll take on f7 with a mate. I could go bishop g5, also a nice move. I think during the game I did not think about it, but at the end of the day, I decided to just play it safe, trade, and win the endgame, which I proceeded to do. I will not show you the rest of the game. This was a demonstration that was, I think, enough for this time.